There, I'm here for entrepreneurs and would-be entrepreneurs, those that want to start a business, grow their business, or to simply navigate the tough terrains of doing business in Africa. If you happen to be an entrepreneur or planning to be, then please stick around. Welcome. If you're just meeting me, my name is Beat Banks, and today I'll be talking on 6 factors you need to consider when starting a business. 6 factors to consider when starting a business. But before we dive into it, if you're new to this channel, please click the subscribe button right now and support this channel. Don't forget to click on the bell icon so you'll be notified when we upload new videos. Now let's get right into it. 6 factors to consider when starting a business. Number 1 is to have a great idea. You need to have an idea to start a business. That's the number 1 thing. Of course, you can't just wake up and say you want to do this, something you don't really know, something that doesn't align with your passion. So whatever you're doing is something you probably have learned, something you have studied, something you have some sort of experience in, something that aligns with your passion. It has to be a business idea that you would want to do in the next 5 years. That's in the long run, all right? Even if it's going to be a short-term thing, let it align with some kind of passion that you have so it becomes easier as you move on. You know, business is never easy. Becoming an entrepreneur is not easy. You know, the journey of this entrepreneurship journey, my brother, is not easy at all. So it has to align with some kind of passion that you have so that it becomes easy along the way. Even when you want to get discouraged, you just have some kind of strength to move on. So you need to have an idea of the kind of business you want to do. You want to go into selling baby wears, shoes. You want to you do love cooking, then you might want to consider cooking and selling online. If you love traveling, maybe you want to explore any business that is in that area, maybe travel agency or something. You know, it has to align with your passion. So if it's a fresh idea, fantastic. If it is not, then you need to know how to make that idea yours. If it's an existing idea, business idea out there, of course, you need to make it yours. Think about the idea, make sure that you understand what you want to do and that you like what you want to do. It aligns with your passion. So having a great idea is the number 1 factor to consider when starting a business. Number 2 factor to consider when starting a business is business plan. You cannot rule this one out. It's very important. After you have thought about what you want to do, you've settled on it, all right? The next thing is to write a good and effective business plan for your business. It's like a Google map. It directs your business. It gives your business direction. It makes your business stand out because from the onset, you already understand where you're going with the business. You know, it gives it vision, all right? It's just like traveling from point A to point B without knowing how the road is going to look like. So you need some kind of guide. You need some sort of map, you know, that directs you, go left, go right, turn, you know, use the roundabout, you know, stuff like that. So that's the Google map for your business. And again, it helps with your budget and funding. How? I'm going to talk about that in the next pointer. In the next pointer, it helps with your budget and funding. So having a good business plan is good for starting your business because you would definitely want to use it to raise funds. If you're looking at getting funding from the bank, you know, borrowing from the bank, from friends and family, or from an investor, they would definitely require your business plan. They want to be confident in your knowledge of your business. They want to know that you know what you're doing, right? So your business plan actually shows them that you know what you're doing. So that is the importance of having a business plan, aside from it being like a Google map for you, because you would need to reference on it from time to time as you move along. Now the next pointer is funding and budget. Right, you've gotten the idea, it's on check. You've gotten your business proposal is already down, check. The next thing is funding and budget. Funding is actually how to get the money to start the business. You need capital to start the business. Irrespective of the kind of business you want to go into, you need money to start that business. Yes, even if it's 1 naira, you need money to start that business. So you need to think about how to get the capital for the business. Are you going to borrow it? Are you going to sell some items, some things that you have? For me, I sold my car. all right, to start my first business. I sold my car to start it. I didn't have the luxury of going to the bank to, it's not easy getting loans from bank, and getting from family and friends. I didn't have those to borrow money from. So I needed to sell my car, and I sold it, but within a year, I got another one. So, because I knew what I was getting into, and I had it all figured out because I thought about the idea. I had a business plan. So I just figured out how to raise funds for the business. So you need to figure out how to raise capital for your business. And when you have done that, the next thing to do is to know how to spend this money that you have raised. So you don't just go blowing it, go to clubs and start flexing. No, that is not what the money is meant for. So you need to go back to your business plan. Be sure that you're spending according to what you have noted down in your business plan. All right. So if you're spending money for renting an office space, or you're spending to pay for this bill, get these things, get that, you need to be sure that the money that you spend is going to the right places. Okay. So that's the third factor to consider when starting a business: funding and budget. The fourth factor to consider when starting a business is that you need to analyze your competitors. Very critical. You need to analyze your competitors. Depending on the kind of business you're going into, you definitely would have competitors, people already existing, people already on ground doing the business. So you need to know them, you need to understudy them, visit their website, probably visit their office, read on them, know what they are doing and how they are doing what they are doing, the strategies that they are using. So it's very important that you study them so that you know how to up your game, how to become better, probably surpass their achievements. All right, it's important to compare yourself with the very best. Of course, if you're comparing yourself with the very best, you'll probably become amongst the best, or at least surpass them. So it's very good to analyze your competitors, because you definitely would have competitors. So it's good. Now the fifth point is to have online presence. It's good to have an online presence. In fact, what is a business without an online presence in today's day and age? I mean, consider what happened during COVID-19 last year. All businesses went online. So those that were not online were struggling. That's the truth. So you need to understand that in this time of, we call it digital age, everything is online. So you need to make sure that your business has a presence using a website, social media, that you have the relevant social media pages, depending on the kind of business that you're going into. You need to have the right social media pages: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Have the right ones and make sure that they are managed. So you don't just have them and leave them. Make sure that you're posting stuff on the social media pages. It's not enough to have social media page. It goes beyond that. You need to post stuff. You need to make it, you need to update it. You need to make sure that people know that you're existing. All right. So it's very important. Just like it's not enough to have a website. It's also good to do what I call SEO, search engine optimization. That is one of the things we do as a company. So if you need SEO, our website is, the link to our website is in the description below. So go there, and that's what we do. We make sure that your presence is felt online. The search engines index your website easily. It's not just having a website. When people go to Google, they search for ABC, they don't see you. You're not popping up. But with search engine optimization, your website is optimized for search engine visibility. So it's important to consider online presence when you're starting a business. Make sure that you have all that one. Check. Right. The number 6 and final factor on my list, I'm sure you have your own, but on my list, the number 6 factor to consider when starting a business is legal documentation. You need to be, depending on the type of business you're going into, you may be required to get some certain approvals, certain licenses, and documentation for your business as you're starting out, or maybe join some kind of association, have some certificates, or become a member of certain group of that industry. So you need to understand the kind of approvals you need, so that no surprises spring up as you move along. All right. So guys, those are the 6 factors to consider when starting a business. Let me go through them again. Number 1, a great idea. You need to have a great idea. Number 2, funding and budget. All right, you need to have that one in check. You need to have an effective business plan. That's number 3. You need to have analysis. You need to do analysis of your competitors, and you need to have an online presence, a strong online presence, and make sure that you have the necessary legal documentations, approvals, depending on the type of business that you're going into. So there you have it, guys. 6 factors to consider when starting a business. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, you're watching now and you're yet to subscribe to this channel at this point, please do so. Click the subscribe button right here, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you'll be notified when I post new videos. My wish is that you go through this entrepreneurship journey and you go all through it to the very top. All right, that is my wish for you. My name is Beat Banks. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.